Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. A cover the channel is run by two sisters. So I'm your host Starry, aka Star, an NTO self-taught artist. And for today's video, I thought butterflies, but make them human. It's been a while since I've done character designs, in a video, but just in general itself, because I've been focusing on trying doing more illustrative work, because I kind of felt stunted to just doing character design, mainly costuming design. But now I'm back in the spirit to design some costumes again, and I thought, in preparation for Halloween and maybe the potential character designs I might or may not be doing in Halloween video or non-video related, I thought, let me design some characters. And I was like, you know what, let me do some butterflies. I think I can get some good costume ideas from butterflies that don't look like, they're butterflies, but look very highly inspired by them. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna be quiet and let's get started with this character design video. So starting off with this first design, we're doing the Eastern/Canadian tiger Swallowtail. And I forgot which one I was going to do first, which one out of the two. But when I realized that one of the butterflies has a blue tip, I decided to just combine them both because I thought adding blue as some sort of accent color or something would have been more interesting than just having a all yellow/yellow variant design. I think that what I need to do in the future is not go with my first design choices, because I feel like, though I do like the designs, don't get me wrong, I like what I ended up doing for all the characters, I feel like I always stick to my first choice and never change, which is not bad, but I think for character design wise, I should try to have multiple choices to figure out what I can really do with a certain prompt and, choose the best one out of them instead of just going with my first choice. So I'll keep that in mind for the future, future thoughts or whatever. But yeah, so for this design, I wanted to try to draw an older character because I've never, I really suck at drawing older characters. I don't try as much, but I want to try more. And so I made the head a lot smaller than my typical, art. I usually have, a good size head because I like for the features to be shown. And so I made a smaller head size, and I don't know, I feel like it made her a lot more mature, and I think maybe with the hairstyle it helped that as well. I like the sketch of her costume, or I guess her clothing, but I don't know, I think the coloring, I messed it up so much that I don't know, it just felt a little boring to me, and I don't think I know how to effectively imitate puffiness in dresses, because I think that's what I was trying to go for, but at the end it didn't work out. And so that's what I need to practice for next time if I ever draw a puffy dress. I think skirts and puffy dresses I just suck at doing, and I need to just improve. But yeah, overall, I think the design's okay. I think I achieved what I was originally looking for with trying to draw someone who's probably slightly older, at least slightly older than the other two designs. And then I really like how I did the wings. I wasn't planning to do wings for any of these drawings, but I was you know what? I think it would just make it look like it's supposed to be a human version of a butterfly if I actually added the wings. So we added the wings. But yeah, I also make sure I added just some clues to tie into it being this human version of the butterfly, not just color wise, but adding these little patterns at the top part of the dress, where the waist is, or the shoulder area of her arm, just to kind of imitate the pattern on the butterfly itself. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great design, but I don't think it's my favorite one out of the three that I did. But yeah, I'm gonna let the rest play out, and then we can go and talk about the next one. Okay, so next I'm doing the checkered white butterfly. I think that when you're doing character designs, just extracting as much information as you can either from the prompt or what your reference is, it's probably like the best, like obviously it's the best choice, so you know what to put into your design. When searching for these butterflies, I couldn't really get too much information about like meanings of names. I did look at like what significance color has to kind of determine whether the character design is older, younger, youthful looking, things like that. But I think what I should have done is pay attention to where these butterflies originate from or where they're typically found, so I can make the outfits closer to their location, region, like geographically, like where they're located, than just coming up with something random. So I'll keep that in mind when I do future character designs. But for this one, since they had like, it was like white and then like spots, I decided that the character should have vitiligo. I should have did like white skin, like a white person having vitiligo, or just a lighter skinned person having vitiligo. But I've only ever drawn vitiligo with dark skin or black skin girl, stuff like that. So I know that in the future I should try to like branch out more, because it's just not black people who have vitiligo, like all different skin shades and ranges have vitiligo. So I should try that next time. But for now I kept it black. So the colors are, I guess, inverted in a way, because the butterfly is mainly white with these like brown blackish spots to them, but I reversed it. But regardless, I still like the overall design, and I don't think the dark skin clouds the design, because the character, it has a more of a bluish white color palette. I did lean onto the blue side because it is hard to do things with white, as in terms of like shading and things like that. If I did a colored background, then I could have used white in the design because the contrast. But I actually like working on a white canvas. I know that a lot of artists don't like to do that, or they choose not to do that, but I prefer it. I think it's very, very, very rare that I ever work on a colored background. I can add a color background at the end of my process, but never like right from the beginning. So I think that's why I lean more into the bluish side than actually like white. But I still like how it turns out, but I'm just like saying that so you guys can keep that in mind. Overall, the outfit doesn't really make sense as to why I chose the outfit. I just chose it because I really liked it. And overall, I think the design looks really, really cute. Does it really work or make sense? I don't know, but I don't care. You know, I'm keeping certain things in mind for future character designs, but for this one, it's a guilty pleasure. I'm enjoying myself, especially since I haven't done character designs in a long time. I think my last ones were the Monster High redesigns for this channel. I think this channel wise, that was my last one. But like personal ones that I did some character designs after I did the Magical Girl video, but I never made it into a video. I just did some character designs myself. So it's been a couple of months since I've done character designs, and I've been like trying to stay away from character design so I can work on illustrative work, like upping my social media presence with more illustrative work than just character body, full body like pieces. So it's been a while since I've done character design, so I'm kind of just, I'm just kind of like letting myself relax and de-stress, but I'm picking up on a lot of cues that I need to keep in mind for next time. So I'm gonna let this design play out, and then we'll get into our last one. So for our last design, we have the Labrador Sulfur. When I was looking at like significance of like the color green, I was getting like luck, prosperity. I was getting like youth, innocence, which is funny to me because when thinking of like prosperity or something, I'm thinking of money, I'm thinking of greed, so I'm not really thinking of innocence. But I guess if you're thinking of like luck, then I can see youthfulness, innocence in that aspect. But I did go with the more innocent, youthful route. But I think with my shading, she ended up actually looking more intimidating, or I guess I don't want to say dark. But I think that, like, from sketch to, like, color, like, what she was supposed to, like, I guess, invoke kind of changed. Maybe it's just me, and maybe because I've been working on these for a long time, that I just noticed a difference. But yeah, when I think of, like, innocence, youthfulness, I always think of, like, long, like, dresses. I think of, like, pajama-like dresses that, like, kids would have, maybe with, like, princesses on it or something like that. And so I wanted to go with that kind of route. But because, you know, I don't know how to draw children, I think that's something I need to do. I think if I plan to make it into a video, I actually end up drawing, like, children for once. But because I don't know how to draw children, obviously, like, all my characters look like they're, like, teenagers or, like, young adults or something. So yeah, because I don't know how to draw children, I still wanted to go with kind of like this pajama like dress, silky type thing that you might see, but just add some elements of, you know, someone who's older, like what they would wear. So I do have like a cutout, and I do have the cutout in the arms, and then there is like a slit in the dress, but there's like an underneath portion, so it's not like exposed or anything. When working on these designs, because I didn't want all the characters should just be one color or one variant or shading of a certain color. If like the butterfly that I chose had like a different color, like blue, or maybe it has like a pink edge like this butterfly has, then I wanted to ensure that like that accent color was very prominent and not just shown in one area but shown in multiple areas. Or if the butterfly was photographed against a certain background like a flower, then I would choose that background to also use as an accent color or as a third color, just to like, you know, break up the design and ensure that it's not all one color. So if you saw the past two designs, I did that. I color picked the background so I can add it into the design itself. Because, you know, I could have just chose a random color, but I chose to just color pick from the photograph. And I think that it worked. I think that it helped ensure that it's not one solitary color, but also at the same time, it looks like it's one solitary color if you look at it from afar, or you don't pay attention too much, which also isn't a bad thing. I think this one's my favorite design out of the two. I think overall this is my favorite design, but the second design, the one with the vitiligo character, I think that one's my favorite outfit. I really liked how I rendered these. I didn't like want to over render any of these pieces because, you know, they're full body, they're a lot tinier, and I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. Like, I want to get passable, but not like too detailed, if that makes any sense. When keeping that in mind, when I was doing like the wings, I basically just brush stroked everything that I needed to have without actually rendering anything on top or like over painting and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this, like, having that process really streamlined all three of these pieces. I was actually meaning to do 6 of them, but 2 of the sketches I absolutely hated, and then the last sketch I couldn't really figure out the pose right, and I couldn't find a 3D model like program on my iPad to help me understand what the pose was, because I couldn't find poses like on Google or Pinterest. I do have Clip Studio Paint, but that would require me to take out my laptop and, like, you know, open it up, and I just could not be bothered to do that. So that 4th one, even though I got like half of the pose done, I just scrapped it as well, which is fine. I chose my favorite 3 butterflies that I had found to do these designs with, which I'm 100% like okay with. But yeah, so we're coming to a close. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot since it's been a while, since I've talked to the camera. I think I've done that in the past, but I feel like I need to talk to the camera or talk in a video, like chatty wise, like, you know, sit down with me type stuff. So yeah, I'm really hoping sometime in October I can do that. I'm already starting my October like videos. I have all 3 of my videos, like sketches, done. One's gonna be a character design video, like a redesigned character design video of 2 like OCs that I did last year. And then, you know, I'm not going to spoil too much about what's going to happen. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot. And I will see you next video. Have an amazing day. Peace.